Hi guys, you are watching Etcetera with me, S. Make sure before anything you subscribe, you like, you share, you follow, all those things. As I've said in other videos, this is a new channel. Well, it's not a new channel, but in terms of being consistent with my reviews and content, all that stuff, it's only been about a month, so I need guys to be following me and subscribing to me and sharing my stuff on both Instagram and on YouTube. Thank you to all those who have already. Today I am going to be talking about Love Island, and I'm going to do it in a different way than I normally do. Usually I watch the episode, and as I'm watching I stop and make comments, but there is no way I'm doing 6 episodes crammed into one, so I'm literally just going to talk about each couple main events post the first episode, which I did review. So let's get into it. So the first recoupling has happened, and these are the couples as it stands now, and then I kind of go through each couple's journey and all that ish. Okay, so Finley and Paige, Mike and Leanne, Connor with a G and Sophie, Naz and Jess, Connor, baby Connor, small Connor, and Shanice, and Callum and Shauna. And Eve, see, got it mixed up. Eve went home in yesterday's episode. So I'm going to start with the couple I care about the least, and that is Paige and Finley. Paige this week, she's been alright. Nothing really has happened. Actually, I even forgot. What's his name went home? Ollie. He remembered suddenly when he's been flown over to South Africa, and he's on a show called Love Island, and he's been doing all the promo for Love Island and all that stuff. He realised on the 3rd day that, oh no, this isn't for me. I'm in love with someone back home. Really? Now, I don't know about you, but I think that's some bullshit. I think that's some BS. I don't know if it's all the hunting things that were coming out, that not accusation, he does, like, hunting and things like that, as the posh and elite of Britain do, as some of them do. I don't know what it was. I just don't buy it. But anyway, he went. They spent about 15 minutes, like a whole quarter of an episode, talking about him going, I don't care. Ollie he was never going to win it. Actually, I'm not saying that, never say never, but, his character, the type of guy that he is, and the guys in the past that I like him, have never really done that well in the show. He wasn't really getting on with Paige romantically anyway, so when she was like, oh, he's gonna go, she was like, yeah. Paige was left single, so new guys came in, I think 2 or 3 days ago, and Finley was one of the boys, and he is 20, but he looks 35. I don't know why are these younger guys just looking so old these days? I don't even know. Maybe it's his facial hair. I don't know. But so him and Finley and Paige are in a couple, and it seems like a romantic one. They seem to like each other. So we'll see. Paige seems like a nice girl. Finley seems like an alright guy. We'll see where that goes. Naz and Jess are also a couple. Now, as I said before, Eve, Jess's twin sister, was basically dumped from the island yesterday because obviously no man picked her. Going back to the twins, I did mention that in my last review, but I don't know, I just feel there were supposed to be bombshells, and I think like for a day it kind of shook up the villa, but then when Mike went back to Leanne, and then the other guys came, and Connor with a G was showing interest in Shauna. Callum was like, I think I like Shauna. I don't know, I just feel like that kind of backfired. Usually when like a bombshell comes in, or bombshells rather come in, these are people that should be standing the test of time on the show, but it's unfortunate that Eve went. I didn't even dislike Eve. I just feel like because they are literally the same person times 2, you couldn't even tell them apart. So if Jess had stayed, if Eve had stayed, I wouldn't even know the difference. But I think it's good that Jess stayed, because now she can kind of get her own identity. I feel like everything they've done together, even from, you know, slightly changing their appearance, getting the fillers and all that stuff, they've done together. It's their brand. But I think Jess staying and kind of creating her own identity for herself outside of being a twin is kind of what they need. Oh, Naz. Naz seems like a nice guy, but I don't know if it's because he's short or he's a bit cringy. Actually, he's not cringy, but I don't think he's had a fair shot yet. And I don't know, maybe with Jess, I don't know if he's going to turn into something, but they need to send in someone for Naz. I like Naz. Yeah. Naz, I thought Naz would be like the Anton of last year. Moving on to my favourite couple, Mike and Leanne. Oh, Black Love. Oh. I love this. People that watched Love Island for a long time, not just when it became popular, but from the beginning, it is very rare you have a very pretty, you know, black woman, dark, and a dark skin black guy, that come on the show together, by the way. You know, normally they start off with one black, and then like maybe 3 weeks later they add another black. The issues at the beginning of the show, when I say issues, I mean, you know, Jess coming in, picking Mike, and then Mike, like the next day or 2 days after, kind of realizing, you know what, I kind of like Leanne more than I thought I did. And initially I thought, okay, he's just doing this because he's just thinking about how he's going to be perceived outside. But I genuinely think Mike likes Leanne a lot. I don't know if he's going to break her heart. I don't know that. I can't predict the future. I mean, most Ghanaian men do. But so far, they seem very sweet. And people are campaigning for them to have more airtime. And I don't know, you never know. There's always that one couple that start off together quite early on, that they have a good foundation early on. So by like the first, second week, they're already in a couple, and they remain a couple for the duration of the show. This could be Mike and Leanne, and they normally do well or win the show. Like with Danny and Jack, Cara and Nathan. Why can't it be Leanne and Mike? Let's just hope Mike that isn't the Mike of last year, of last season of Love Island, when he did that stupidness with Casa Moore. You see, Casa Moore hasn't even happened yet. So, ooh, child. And the two remaining couples, Connor with a G and Sophie, and Connor, small Connor, and Shanice. Now, Shanice, I don't really like Shanice. I didn't like the way she spoke to Naz. You know, the other day when they were talking about, you know, Naz having mixed signals, or believing that he was getting mixed signals from Shanice, and Shanice, kind of the way she was speaking to him, the tone she was using, even when he got her name wrong and called her Shanice instead of Shanice, she was like, it was just so much vim that she was talking to him with. Like, I didn't like it, and I don't know, it just made me think, oh, poor Naz. And I just feel, Shanice, I'm glad you didn't end up with Connor with a G, because you don't flipping deserve him. Just like you friend zone our guy Naz, you are now in a friendship couple with Connor, and he's 75 teeth. You know what, I said I'm not going to talk about his teeth. Again, let me not, but it's a bit mad still. Baby Connor, he comes across as very insecure. I mean, we've seen a little bit of the insecurities in like the first couple of episodes, when he was talking about having a threesome on the first date, and there was another thing as well, when, oh yeah, when new boys were coming in and Sophie just was very, very excited about it, regardless if she's winding him up or not. He did not like that, and he pulled her to the side and said, you know, I didn't like that. Babe, it's like week 1, or like at that point it was like day 4 or something. Chill out. He comes across, you know, those guys that are insecure, and then they perpetuate that onto the woman that they're with, woman or man they're with, to the point where it makes the person that's with them feel bad about doing certain things, because, oh, everything I'm doing makes the person feel bad, like you're kind of walking on eggshells. And that's what I think Sophie's picked up on. No one likes a needy guy. No one likes a needy guy. Heal, Connor. You know, you fix your teeth, fix your heart. Connor is in a couple with Shawnee's because Connor with a G, tall Connor, body built, with a G, picked Sophie. I think Sophie was she was elated. I mean, I don't even know what to make of Sophie. She gives me kind of like like a mean girl, but like a reformed mean girl. You know, there's women that, you know, are beautiful women, you know, likes to have like a good time, but she knows what she's doing, but she plays dumb sometimes. So even with the Connor situation, baby Connor, when the new boys they got text that the new boys were coming in, and she just like, and she was winding Connor up. She didn't have to do that. She did go a bit overboard though, I will say that. So I understand why Connor was a bit upset. But yeah, I don't really know what to make of her yet. But yeah, so Connor with a G picked Sophie, and I think they look really good together. I'm not gonna lie. I think, you know, they suit each other more than her and Connor with an O. Actually, I think the other Connor has an O name. Okay, big Connor, little Connor. Little Connor. I think, yeah, Sophie suits better with big Connor. Let's not lie about it. And I think she's more attracted to him. And it will be very interesting how it plays out. Shanice felt quite blindsided because she felt Connor with a G kind of made her believe that he was going to pick her. No, not really. If anything, I could see that he liked Sophie more. Like, he was attracted to Sophie more. Shanice, I don't know, she just sounds very... I think someone on Twitter says she sounds like a lady from HR. The way she speaks to people. I think the way she's treated Naz kind of put a bit of taste in my mouth about her. So I didn't think she deserved Connor with a G. So I was happy when when he picked Sophie, and you saw the preview for tomorrow night that she felt like she stood there like a dickhead. Babe. He never once came to you and said, oh yeah, I'm picking you, I really like you. He kissed Sophie as well as you when you're playing that like bear pong game. And, you know, he talked to her as much as he spoke to you. She didn't even go on a date. I don't even think she even went on a date with him. When they initially picked the girls. I'm sure she was on a date with Finley. So where you get that from, girl? Oh my gosh, I almost forgot. Callum and Shauna. Callum and Shauna. I like Shauna. Shauna, she seems like a type of girl I'd probably get on with if we went to school together or we worked together. She just seemed like a really nice girl. And her and Callum have kind of had an up and down ride. They were initially put together a couple. Then the twins came in. Eve picked Callum. And Callum was a bit of a dickhead to her, in my opinion. I mean, compared to how Mike approached the situation, Mike decided very early on that, you know what, I like Leanne. After the first night, I like Leanne. He went back to Leanne. And even when after the twins made their choice, Mike went to Leanne, you know, just to kind of speak to her, maybe not reassure her, but, you know, to kind of see how she was feeling. Callum didn't do that at all. If anything, I think it was the next day, Shauna pulled Callum to the side and they spoke about it. And, you know, Shauna decided, you know, she's still going to pursue Callum. But it's only until Connor with a G came and took her for a date that he kind of realised, you know what, I like her. I'm not going to do the accent. But he likes her, he was making her breakfast, you know. This is a game to people. I know this is a game in general, it's a show, it's a competition. But, come on, man. I don't know if it's his age. I don't even know why Shauna is even going after Callum, to be honest. But I do like them together. No, I like Shauna. So whoever Shauna's with, I will, you know, I will take in my heart. Yeah, and that's it really. I am team Leanne and Mike, not just because they're African, they're Africans, and they're, you know, there are black representation in there. They seem really sweet. Mike seems very affectionate. Leanne is coming out of her shell a bit more. Even when he, you know, he realised he liked her, and he went to her and said, you know what, I like you. When they were back at the bean with the bean bags, and you know the way he spoke about her was so cute. And then she went to stay to sleep with him in the doghouse. It was so cute. It's just, oh, I think could be wrong, but Leanne's like 22 and he's like 24. So it's cute kind of foundation. Please keep this on. Love Island, do not do some fuck shit and bring some Ovi looking guy that wants to take Leanne. Or vice versa to Mike, bring some beautiful woman that wants to take Mike, and no. I mean, we like a journey, but we also like good foundation. We want this to continue until the end. So yeah, that is my roundup of the week of Love Island. I'm looking forward to next week. I actually have no clue what's going to happen. Obviously, new people are going to be coming in. I hope someone comes in for Naz. I want Shawnee's to go. And yeah. So guys, make sure you like, subscribe, share, all that ish. And see you next week for the Love Island review. But obviously, in between that time, I'll have reviews of Real Housewives of Atlanta. So yeah, bye guys.